So we have 4 students. So should we start or should we wait for some more students to come? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
So should we start or should I wait for some more students? Like,
Wait
what is
for
the maximum capacity of students? मतलब how many students entered in online class generally?
ma'am 8 max.
Okay. So I'll just wait for 2 minutes, then I'll start. Today we'll be studying the Indian Contract Act. I'll be teaching you the legal subjects like IPC, CRPC, CPC, contract, torts. In this lecture, we'll dealing with the Indian Contract Act. We'll study the very basics of Indian Contract Act. We'll not go in deep. How many of you have joined? So let Sir join. Sir has not joined yet. एक मिनट. So should we start now? What do you guys say? Should we start?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm doing live stream to YouTube. Yeah. So today we'll be discussing about the Indian Contract Act. So the Indian Contract Act, it codifies all the legal principles that govern contracts. Have you heard about this term contract? While solving some hypothetical sort of question, you might have come across contract. Did you have any idea about contract? Unmute yourselves. This should be an interactive session. There should be a two-way interaction between me and you. If I'm raising any question, you guys must answer.
Yes, ma'am, we have heard about the Contract Act, that is an agreement plus an offer.
No, it's not an agreement plus offer. We'll be studying, we'll be clear with all your doubts. What is an agreement? What is a contract? What is promise? What is offer acceptance? So for that, I'm taking this class. Okay. So the Indian Contract Act, it defines all the essential ingredients which are necessary to satisfy a valid contract. It talks about all the necessary ingredients which are essential to satisfy a valid contract. Okay. So when we talk about contract is an agreement enforceable by law. If we talk about the Indian Contract Act 1872, Section 2H of the Indian Contract Act defines the term contract. It states that an agreement enforceable by law. Agreement enforceable by law. अब in order to study this, we must know agreement क्या है और enforceable by law क्या है. ये जानना सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी है. तो agreement की जब हम बात करते हैं, तो agreement क्या है? अग्रीमेंट इज लाइक ऑफर हो गया, एक्सेप्टेंस हो गया, इट बिकम्स अ प्रॉमिस. अगर उसके साथ कोई कंसिडरेशन है, बदले में दोनों इंसान, जो ऑफरर है और जो ऑफरी है, दोनों सेटिस्फाई कर गए, एक ग्राउंड पे आ गए, कंसिडरेशन कुछ साथ में रख लिए उसके बदले में, तो दैट बिकम्स एन अग्रीमेंट. अभी इट माइट बी लुकिंग अ बिट कंफ्यूजिंग, अभी थोड़ा कंफ्यूजिंग लग रहा होगा, इट माइट लुक अ बिट कंफ्यूजिंग, बट अभी हम लोग अच्छे से क्लियर करेंगे. पहले अभी नॉर्मल नोट डाउन द डेफिनेशन कि कॉन्ट्रैक्ट क्या है. कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इज एन अग्रीमेंट इन्फोर्सिबल बाय लॉ. एक ऐसा अग्रीमेंट जो कि इन्फोर्सिबल बाय लॉ है. इन्फोर्सिबल बाय लॉ मतलब क्या होता है? इन्फोर्सिबल बाय लॉ मतलब कि लीगली इन्फोर्सिबल है, पार्टीज जो हैं दे आर कॉम्पिटेंट टू ईच अदर, दे आर ऑफ साउंड माइंड, कोई भी डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन नहीं है पार्टी को, लॉफुल ऑब्जेक्ट है, लॉफुल कंसिडरेशन है, एवरीथिंग इज लॉफुल. दैट इज कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. एम आई मेकिंग सेंस? समझ में आया ये बात? पर अभी हम लोग उसका बेसिक समझते हैं कि व्हाट इज एन अग्रीमेंट क्या है, इन्फोर्सिबिलिटी बाय लॉ क्या है, ये अभी हम लोग पढ़ेंगे. तो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, राइट डाउन द डेफिनेशन ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. An agreement which is enforceable by law if it is made by the free consent of the parties. An agreement, first term is it is an agreement enforceable by law if it is made by the free consent of the parties who are competent to act. And there must be, the object must be lawful and the consideration must also be lawful. Got my point? ये समझ में आ गया? Are you jotting down? At least give me a response.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it clear कि क्या है contract? An agreement enforceable by law is a contract. Parties are competent to contract. There is lawful object, lawful consideration, and the agreement is made in free consent. We'll be studying कि free consent क्या है. अभी just आप लोग note कर लो. फिर each and every term I'll define. Okay? No need to worry about it. You might have heard this term. All contracts are agreement, but all agreements are not contract. Have you ever been through this term? ये term सुना है?
Yes, ma'am.
All contracts are agreement, but all agreements are not contract. Contract is equal to agreement plus enforceability by law. There must be an agreement. Agreement होना चाहिए, उसके साथ साथ lawful enforceability होना चाहिए. But it is not necessary कि सारा agreement contract हो. It is not necessary कि हर agreement legally enforceable हो. Cool, समझ में आया? Is it clear यहाँ तक? कोई confusion नहीं है? So agreement contract जो है वो cease करता है, it gets terminated अगर उसकी enforceability cease हो जाती है. Okay? तो enforceability is the foremost thing. अब we'll be studying very basics. सबसे पहले contract का जो very basic start कहाँ से होता है? It all starts with a very simple thing, that is offer. पहले offer किया जाता है. Okay? So offer and acceptance. Offer की बात जब हम करते हैं तो what is an offer? Offer की जब बात करते हैं तो it has been defined under section 2A of the Indian Contract Act. 2A में offer define किया गया. Offer को proposal भी कहते हैं. When any person signifies the other person his willingness to do something. मतलब if I am signifying my willingness कि whether you want to purchase my phone, I am signifying my willingness to do something, to buy something. That is an offer. A person who makes an offer is an offerer, and the person to whom the offer is made is an offeree. Got my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, please once again.
Repeat.
Yeah.
Okay. Under section 2A, offer has been defined. If a person signifies his willingness, to do something, or abstain from doing something, that is offer. The person who makes an offer is known as offerer, and the person to whom the offer is made is known as offeree. Got my point? So offerer undertakes to do something or abstain to do a certain act. Okay, that is the thing. So offer may be expressly made, it may be expressly made, or it may be impliedly made by any conduct. Okay, or acceptance of offer. अब the other thing is acceptance of offer. The person to whom the offer is made will have to accept the offer. So offer is accepted by the person to whom the offer is made. If the offer is accepted, कि I'm accepting this offer. Whatever you are saying, I'm accepting your willingness.
Ma'am, I have a question. Ma'am, is
Yeah.
there any difference between offer and proposal?
No, there is not any difference. Offer and proposal are same. Both are defined under section 2A. There is no difference. Offer, kabhi matlab, offer is also represented as proposal. Proposal term is used with the contract.
Okay.
So acceptance of offer must be done by the person to whom the offer is made. कभी-कभी general offer भी होता है, कभी-कभी specific offer भी होता है. कभी-कभी offer generally सारे लोग को target होता है, anybody could accept. और कभी-कभी specifically, if I am talking to Ashank नाम है ना? Yeah, if I am talking to Ashank, then it is specifically targeted to Ashank. Ashank will only accept this. Okay. If I'm just making a general thing, कि anybody who is interested in purchasing this phone, I'm not taking anybody's name, I'm not targeting a specific individual. So that is a general offer. Got my point? Then we have promise. Under section 2B of the Indian Contract Act, promise has been defined. When the person to whom the proposal is made signifies his assent. Okay, if I'm making a proposal to Ashank, are you interested in buying my phone? He said yes. So we made a promise. He is willing to buy my phone. He gave an offer. Yes, acceptance is equal to promise. नहीं रखा था हमने किसी होगा. Hello, sir. I'm taking the class. Yes, sir. I'm taking the class. Yes, sir. No. I've done live streaming on YouTube as well. Okay. So, offer plus acceptance makes a promise. We haven't taken any consideration, right? बदले में कुछ लेना देना कुछ नहीं हुआ है. बस offer हुआ है, acceptance हुआ है, it makes a promise. That's it. पर अब इसमें consideration add होगा. Promise plus consideration makes an agreement. Section 2E defines agreement क्या होता है. So every promise or set of promises forming consideration for each other, that is an agreement. हर promise या every set of promises forming consideration for each other, that makes an agreement. मतलब कि promise के साथ साथ क्या हो रहा है? Promise के साथ साथ यहाँ पर हमारा consideration भी हो रहा है. बदले में कुछ consider किया जा रहा है. Consideration must be adequate. I am saying कि you purchase my phone, you'll have to pay the price. तो ये consideration है. So we have entered into an agreement. Promise plus consideration is equal to agreement. So we heard two terms. Offer plus acceptance makes a promise, and promise plus consideration is equal to an agreement. Promise is defined under section 2B and agreement is defined under section 2E. Got my point? Under 2H, contract has been defined and agreement enforceable by law is a contract. Got it? यहाँ पे कोई confusion नहीं है. सबसे पहले start कहाँ से हुआ? Offer से. Offer आपने accept किया, it becomes a promise. अगर promise कुछ consideration के साथ आए तो it becomes an agreement. अगर आपका agreement lawful enforceable है, then it becomes a contract. Section 10 बात करता है what agreements are contract. कौन से agreement contract होते हैं? If parties are competent to contract, major है, sound mind है, they are not disqualified by law, so it becomes a contract. Agreement plus lawful enforceability makes a contract. I hope you are clear with the term promisor and promisee. Section 2C defines the term promisor and promisee. Promisor is the one who makes the proposal and promisee is the one who accepts the proposal. Got my point? Section 2D defines the term consideration. अब consideration क्या है? Have you heard the term consideration?
Yes,
What do
ma'am.
you know about consideration?
मैम एक तो
I-
विचार या एक तो पैसा किसी को दे रहे हैं किसी चीज को खरीदने के लिए. ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में ये होता है.
Okay, if I say you buy me a watch, okay, itna rupees, I'll give you good marks. Is that a consideration?
Yes, ma'am. Their watch and money.
So consideration is the at the desire, मतलब दोनों के equal desire पे हम लोग promiser और promisee, offerer और offeree दोनों के desire पे हमने कुछ हुआ कि हाँ ये किया जाएगा, बदले में ये होगा, return में ये मिलने वाला. Done? That is consideration. अभी we'll be studying कि void agreement क्या होता है, valid contract क्या होता है, voidable contract क्या होता है और void contract क्या होता है. सबसे पहले what is a void agreement? Section 2G defines a void agreement. An agreement which is not enforceable by law, it is a void agreement. As simple as that. कोई भी ऐसा agreement जो कि lawful enforceable नहीं है, that is a void agreement. Got my point? I said an agreement enforceable by law becomes a contract. लेकिन अगर उसको opposite कर दो, if it is not enforceable by law, it becomes a void agreement. Got? Then voidable contract. Have you heard this term voidable contract?
Yes, ma'am. The contract
What
that
is
is
void?
not
मैम
The
शुरुआत
contract-
में void नहीं होता है, बाद में जाके।
हाँ, it is at the option of the party कि उसको क्या करना है, void रखना है कि valid रखना है. So when we talk about voidable contract, it is defined under section 2I of the Indian Contract Act 1872. It is basically an agreement which is voidable contract if it is enforceable at the option of the party. Okay, ये party के option के ऊपर है, depends upon the party कि उसको enforceable रखना है या नहीं. Got my point? Then void contract has been defined under section 2J. H में contract defined है कि agreement enforceable by law. Anurag, you are not concentrating. I can see your screen and it is distracting me. I want each one of you to be attentive. Okay? If you're not interested, you leave the class.
सॉरी मैम वो गलती से हो गया
It's okay. So void contract. So when we talk about void contract is like it ceases its enforceability. Once it ceases its enforceability, the contract gets terminated. Got my point? जब तक वो enforceable, the moment it gets unenforceable, it ceases it stops its enforceability. उसके enforceability में problem आ गया, it gets terminated. It is not a valid contract anymore. Suppose अगर कोई party वो insolvent हो गया, you know the meaning of insolvent, उसका पैसा खत्म हो गया, दिवालिया हो गया, he is disqualified by law or he has done any criminal offense. यहाँ पे illegal object है या कुछ है, तो it becomes a void contract. मतलब वो cease कर गया, it ceases its enforceability. The moment it ceases its enforceability, the contract gets terminated. Got my point?
यस मैम
Okay. Consideration, when we talk about consideration is a price for the promise to other party. Promise का क्या price आप दे रहे हो? Whenever we buy anything या कुछ भी हम कुछ price देते हैं, तो it is like a price for the promise to other party. किस promise का जो हम दोनों ने promise किया उसका क्या price हम बदले में दे रहे हैं? Okay, it is determined दोनों party के desire के हिसाब से it is determined. General rule states that without consideration, no contract can be done. There are few exceptions, but normally, without consideration, there would be no contract. What are the essential elements of a contract? Parties must be of sound mind. At the time of entering into a contract, party must be of sound mind. He must be in a state that कि उसको समझ में आ रहा है on what terms he is entering into a contract. He must be capable. He must not be disqualified by law. There must be lawful consideration. There must be lawful object. पता चला कि क्या-क्या essential element है?
Ma'am.
और one very important thing is there must be free consent. Now the question would arise कि कौन सा consent जो होता है वो free consent होता है. Free consent is like पहले consent क्या होता है? We'll be dealing with consent क्या होता है? तो section 13 of the Indian Contract Act defines. What are you writing, Madhusan?
No, ma'am, I'm not writing anything. I have raised my hand. I have a doubt that what if the party gets unsound-minded after signing the contract?
No, at the time of entering into a contract, he must be of sound mind. That's the thing.
What if they will become unsound-minded after signing?
It depends upon the consequence. It depends upon the agreement कि उन्होंने क्या agreement में किया. अगर ऐसा होगा, तो it would be dealt accordingly.
Okay.
We are
alright.
talking about at the time of entering into a contract, these conditions must be satisfied. If any of these conditions won't be satisfied, if any of the conditions does not get fulfilled, it would not be a valid contract. That's my point.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
मैम अगर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करते हुए जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कर रहा है और बैंकरप्ट हुआ,
हाँ, तो insolvency,
मैम
yeah,
क्या ये
so he is disqualified by law.
reason हो सकता है कि उसका कॉन्ट्रैक्ट void हो जाएगा?
Your voice is breaking in between, but I got your point. If he gets bankrupt in between, so he becomes insolvent, he is disqualified by law. It comes under the ground of disqualification by law. Got?
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Now we'll be talking about consent. सबसे पहले consent क्या है ये जान लो. Then we'll be
And what happens
what
when
is
the person becomes unsound mind after making contract?
Ma'am,
Yeah, I
fraud,
gave the answer.
coercion,
At the time
undue
of entering into
influence.
a contract, he must not be of unsound mind. He must be of sound mind. He must be in a situation that he is able to understand the terms and conditions of entering into a contract. उसके बाद का consequences would be dealt accordingly. He has already entered into a contract. It depends what the party decides. It might be voidable. It might be at the option of the party. At the time of entering into a contract, he must be able to understand what terms he has agreed. Got? Consent, free consent is very essential. So firstly, we'll be discussing what is consent. Consent has been defined under section 13 of the Indian contract. Consent is like agreeing on the same thing on the same sense. Suppose me and John, we both have agreed on something on the same sense. I said that I am willing to sell this ID at the rate of itna. He also
Excuse me, ma'am.
agreed on the same point. Yeah.
What is counter offers? Please tell me,
Counter
ma'am.
offer. If I'm giving you
Yeah,
an
ma'am.
offer, in return you are also giving me an offer. I said that I'll sell you a phone. You said okay, I'll sell you a laptop. Offer ke badle offer, counter. Got my point? Now can I come back to consideration? Come back to consent.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Agreeing on the same thing on the same sense is consent. Okay, if I'm saying I'm willing to sell this phone and he's saying okay, I'm telling itne rupees, he got my point. He is agreeing on the same thing, whatever I'm saying in the same sense. Whatever I understood, he's also understanding the same thing. Whatever I'm trying to understand him, he is understanding the same thing with the same sense. We do not have different sense. Different sense we are not understanding a point. So agreeing on the same thing on the same sense, it makes consent. समझ में सेम चीज पे अग्री करना सेम सेंस में जो मेरा कहने का है उसी के भी आप अग्री कर रहे हो, दैट इज कंसेंट. सेक्शन 13 बात करता है कंसेंट की. अब सेक्शन 14 बात करता है फ्री कंसेंट की. कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के लिए फ्री कंसेंट इज एसेंशियल. So what is free consent? Free consent is like consent must be freely given. The consent must be freely given. It must be free from coercion. It must be free from undue influence. It must be free from any sort of fraud. It must be free from any sort of misrepresentation. It must be free from mistake. इन चीजों से फ्री होना चाहिए. वो विलिंगनेस के तौर पे अच्छे से दिया होना चाहिए, फ्रीली दिया होना चाहिए, फ्री माइंड से, विदाउट एनी प्रेशर, विदाउट एनी मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग, विदाउट मिस्टेकनली गिवन. या कंसेंसस एट इडम. या तो ये समझ में आया कि फ्री कंसेंट क्या है. फ्री कंसेंट consent must be free. Now we'll be dealing ki two people are in the waiting room. So consent must be free. So in what terms? Coercion से free होना चाहिए, undue influence से free होना चाहिए, fraud से free होना चाहिए, misrepresentation से free होना चाहिए, state से free होना चाहिए. Okay. So what is coercion? Suppose I'm threatening you कि तुम कोई illegal act करो, या I'm threatening you if you won't give the consent then I'll kill you. इस तरीके से मेरे pressure मेरे दिल से if you are giving the consent, that is coercion. Then the second thing is that people are joining now. Then the second thing is that undue influence.
And they are not in a
undue
group.
influence. What?
And they are not in our regular class.
Can you please tell me who are not in a class so that I can remove them?
Ma'am, only me, Shafi, and John is in a regular class.
Okay. There are 13. So, okay, I'll remove them then.
But ma'am, you have shared the link on the public group.
Yeah, I was unaware कि कहाँ पे करना है तो.
Alright.
I've shared it all the group channel. So I was unaware कि किस group में करना, because it's my second class, so I share it publicly everywhere. So let it be for today. Let them join. It's not an issue. अभी we are just on undue influence, and after that we'll be finishing. We'll wrap up with this today's session, okay? And if you have any queries, then you can ask. Okay.
Okay.
So we have undue influence. Undue influence, one person is in a position to dominate the other person, to influence the other person. Suppose I'm a teacher here, okay? I'm teaching you guys. So I'm in a position that I can influence you. If you are selling something, somebody is saying that my voice is not clear. Is it so? Or is it clear? Am I audible?
I'm not clear, ma'am. It's cracking.
Is it fine now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So undue influence is like if one person is in a position to dominate the other person, one person can obtain the consent of the other person by dominating or by pressurizing the other person. Suppose right now here, I'm in a position to dominate you people. I can say that you sell me a thing. Suppose you are wearing a watch or something. I'm telling you that you sell this watch, okay, at a very low price. I'll give you good marks. So here, what I'm doing, I'm trying to obtain your consent by taking unfair advantage, by taking undue advantage. So that is an undue influence. If one person is in a position to dominate the other person in order to obtain consent, that becomes influence. Okay. Suppose if two persons are in a fiduciary relationship, a relationship of trust, like Baba and Bhakt relationship. If Baba would say to his Bhakt कि तुम ये काम करो, is my voice cracking again, or am I audible? Is my voice cracking or is it fine? Answer me. Am I clearly audible or is my voice cracking?
Ma'am, it's not clear. Cracking.
Okay, wait a minute. Is it fine now?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely fine.
एकदम.
So, what was I saying? Undue influence. So, undue influence is like when one person is in a position to dominate the other person in order to obtain his consent. The person is taking unfair advantage from the other person. Got my point? Suppose if two persons are in a fiduciary relationship, a relationship of trust and respect. Suppose a Baba and a Bhakt. The Baba would say to Bhakt, so is Bhakt, to give a consent on a particular thing, he would automatically give it. So here we could say that the Baba is taking undue advantage because of his position. Okay, or like suppose if an old lady is ailing with a disease, and I'm the doctor, in order to treat him, I'm charging extra money. So I'm taking undue advantage of my position and undue advantage of her situation. I'm in a position to dominate her. I'm in a position to obtain her consent. So that is undue influence. If a person is ailing with a disease, I'm forcing her to sign on a paper, to sign and give her consent. So I'm taking the advantage of his illness, his or her illness, in order to obtain the consent. So that is taking unfair advantage of the position. Got my point? So section 16 of the Indian Contract Act, it talks about undue influence. Okay. So after undue influence, we have fraud. Section 17. My video doesn't matter. That matters is my voice audible.
Audio
Somebody is
is clear.
saying that my video is not clear. What? Audio is not clear. Abhi bhi audio is not clear.
It is buffering.
So there might be some network issue from my side. I apologize because it's a virtual world. Nothing is certain. Anything could happen at any time. So I apologize. Whatever I taught, agar kuch bhi kya?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Ma'am, what is different between misrepresentation and fraud?
Abhi tak I have not covered this topic and you're asking. Obviously, I'll make you clear. In fraud, I'm deceiving the other person. But in misrepresentation, my intention is not to deceive the other person. Abhi, I was coming to fraud and you asked this question earlier only. I'm teaching to the very basics now. There are students who are studying it for the first time. So do not interrupt. You're asking questions on the topic which I haven't covered yet. I'm about to cover this topic. So kindly have patience. Okay. Section 17 talks about fraud. So what is fraud? When we talk about fraud, in fraud, false representation has been started. How can you start with constitution if I'm teaching contract? Why are you texting such illogical thing? So yeah, fraud, false representation are being made by the person in order to deceive the other person. If I'm making any false representation in order to deceive the other person, if I'm obtaining the consent from your side by making a false representation in order to deceive you, that is fraud. Section 17 of the Indian Contract Act defines fraud. And section 18 talks about misrepresentation. Here, misrepresentation is like the misstatement of fact. Okay, but here your intention is not to deceive the other party. Your intention is very clear. Your intention is not to deceive the other party because of your misstatement of fact. It has been done. In fraud, your intention was to deceive the other party. You are fraudulently representing. You are falsely representing anything. But because of some mistake, because of some misstatement, it occurred, and you are to
She left, right?
Might be network issue.
Yeah. Everybody else left too.
So I lost my connection, so it ended automatically. So we were discussing fraud. So section 17 of the Indian Contract Act talks about fraud. It is like a false representation made by a person in order to deceive the other person. That is fraud. And when we talk about misrepresentation, which is given in the section 18, it is like the misstatement of fact which the person is believing it to be true and the intention is not to deceive the other party. And then we have mistake when both the parties are mistakenly entering into a contract, they are mistaken. So what are the legal effects of coercion, fraud, misrepresentation, undue influence, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Abhi, I was discussing about fraud, misrepresentation. Was it clear ki?
Ma'am, between difference, fraud and misrepresentation, not clear. Could you repeat it?
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, because of the network issue. because I'm not at my place और इसलिए थोड़ा problem हो रहा है, so please bear with me for today. From the next time it won't happen. So fraud section 17 में defined है. Fraud is like false representation of a fact. My intention is to deceive you. ये मैं तुम कुछ fact को मैं falsely represent कर रही हूँ. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Should I wrap up the class क्योंकि बार-बार connection loss हो जा रहा है, या continue करें यहाँ ये point clear करके, ठीक है? I'll wrap up my class for today. तो अगर मैं 10 रुपए की चीज तुम्हें 15 रुपए में दे रही हूँ झूठ बोल करके, if I'm falsely representing something, ठीक है? और यहाँ पे false representation भी हो रहा है, मेरा intention है तुमको धोखा देने का. Got my point? Fraud क्या है? But when we talk about misrepresentation के switch off your video so that we can hear clearly. Okay, done. Switch off कर दिया मैंने. Misrepresentation में क्या हो गया? Misrepresentation is like मेरे को खुद वो बात पता नहीं है, मुझे ये लग रहा है कि सच में ये चीज मुझे लग रहा है कि सच में 12 रुपए की चीज ही है, वो 10 रुपए की नहीं है, मुझे लग रहा है यही सच है, ठीक है? मैं खुद उस चीज पे बिलीव कर रही हूँ, मुझे लग रहा है कि सच में I have mistakenly understood the same thing, और I have believed that to be true, और मैंने without any qualified intention, without my intention to deceive you, मैंने वो तुम्हें बताया. That is misrepresentation. Fraud में क्या था? मुझे पता था but मैंने झूठ बोला तुमको धोखा देने के लिए. But misrepresentation में मुझे खुद पता नहीं था वो. आया समझ में?
Yes, ma'am.
Mistake क्या हो गया? जब दोनों पार्टी मिस्टेक में है, दोनों पार्टी की गलती है, दोनों पार्टी ने mistakenly कोई काम किया, कोई फैक्ट का मिस्टेक हो गया, that is mistake. ये पढ़ाओ, ये जानते होगे तुम लोग, मिस्टेक ऑफ फैक्ट इज एक्सक्यूजेबल, बस मिस्टेक ऑफ लॉ इज नॉट एक्सक्यूजेबल. ओके, अब हम लोग पढ़ेंगे लीगल इफेक्ट्स क्या है इनका. जब हम बात करते हैं कोर्जन की, तो अगर कोर्जन से अगर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में आप एंटर हुए हो तो इट इज अ वॉइडेबल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. आई हैव ऑलरेडी डिफाइंड कि वॉइडेबल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट क्या होता है. सेक्शन 2I में वॉइडेबल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है मतलब इट इज वॉइड एट द ऑप्शन ऑफ द पार्टी. अगर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट आपका अनड्यू इन्फ्लुएंस से हुआ है तो वो भी वॉइडेबल है. इट इज एट द ऑप्शन ऑफ द पार्टी. वो इसको वैलिड भी कर सकता है, वॉइड भी कर सकता है, वो इसको एक्सेप्ट भी कर सकता है, नहीं भी कर सकता है. अगर फ्रॉड से हुआ है तो इट इज ऑल्सो डिपेंडेंट अपॉन द ऑप्शन ऑफ द पार्टी. पार्टी के ऑप्शन के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है. मिसरिप्रेजेंटेशन में भी सेम थिंग, इट इज अवॉइडेबल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के पार्टी के ऑप्शन के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है कि वेदर ही वांट्स टू एक्सेप्ट और नॉट. बट अगर मिस्टेक की बात करते हैं तो इट इज वॉइड. ये वॉइड क्यों है? क्योंकि दोनों पार्टी की गलती थी, दोनों पार्टी मिस्टेक में एंटर किए हैं. और देयर मस्ट, और जब भी हम लोग कॉन्ट्रैक्ट की बात करते हैं तो देयर मस्ट बी लॉफुल ऑब्जेक्ट और कंसिडरेशन. लॉफुल ऑब्जेक्ट और कंसिडरेशन होना इज मस्ट. अगर लॉफुल ऑब्जेक्ट और कंसिडरेशन नहीं होगा तब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट वॉइड होगा. इनिशियली वॉइड अब इनिशियो. Got my point? So that's all for today's class. If you have any queries, you can text me on Telegram. या तो अभी 5 मिनट का टाइम है. You can ask me directly before I lost my connection again. And Himanshu, you are saying theft क्या है? Don't you think कि अभी हम टॉपिक से डिविएट कर रहे हैं? I have already taken a class on criminal law. I've already described what is theft. Theft क्या है, theft क्या नहीं है. It is a criminal law thing, right?
Section 378.
Yeah. I've already described ना कि
Yes,
क्या
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
theft क्या है. जब कोई भी मूवेबल प्रॉपर्टी अपने पोजीशन से उसको आप ले जा रहे हो विदाउट द कंसेंट ऑफ द अदर पार्टी, सेक्शन 378 टॉक्स अबाउट थेफ्ट और एक्सटॉर्शन मैंने साथ में पढ़ा था. नो पर्सनल क्वेश्चन.
Ma'am, I want to ask.
No personal question, sorry. So, clear? So, should we wrap up now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, I'm disconnecting my video. audio and
मैम इसके
everything.
बाद आप क्या पढ़ाने वाले हैं?
You suggest me? I thought criminal law
हाँ।
बताएं या इसको continue करें. What you guys want?
मैम अभी आपने क्रिमिनल बता दिया, उसके बाद अभी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बताया, तो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में कुछ बचा भी है कि आप टॉट बताएंगे?
हम टॉट
हाँ,
बताइए.
contract is a very broad.
मतलब क्लैट
और you
केस
want
लेवल
कि
से
आधा time contract और आधा time criminal law पे. We could do one thing, alternate. Like next Saturday we can focus on criminal law, उसके बाद contract. That would be better.
ओके ओके
Okay.
मैम, क्या आप कुछ मतलब इसका देने वाले पीडीएफ लाइक?
There is no such PDF.
ओके, मतलब हम भूल जाएंगे.
I asked you guys to jot it down, huh?
या मैम, बट सब कुछ याद नहीं ना रह सकता और एकदम, तो अगर पीडीएफ रहता तो उसको रिवीजन करने में
लॉ स्टूडेंट हो, अब लिखने की आदत डालो. Whatever is being said, try to jot down. When I'm a student, मतलब whatever, when I was a student, when I right now I'm a student only. I'm a 5th year law student. So whatever is being said, whatever is being taught, try to jot it down.
ओके मैम.
Okay? So
Okay,
in
okay.
case of any queries, you can ask.
Okay.
Chalo, bye.
थैंक यू.